I'd like to share a great message, beautiful message, hopeful message for ranching families in the United States. European ones too. But they don't have much of a ranch culture there, do they? They definitely have a dairy culture, or they used to. Denmark and the Netherlands can let us know how that's going for them. But I'd like to deliver this bright, bright message, beautiful message about the future of ranching for families in the United States, because it looks fantastic. But in Uruguay. What let's do, let's take a look at the on-ranch and off-ranch realities together, huddled up here, family around the table. You let me know what I get wrong, because I'm not an expert at anything. I'm not licensed at this or anything else. I am an internet nobody. But I think I got something that's worth hearing. Do you worry about property tax? Is that an issue that your family is concerned about? It doesn't have to be. With forestry projects here in Uruguay, not an issue. That alone was enough for a gentleman I had the pleasure to meet who moved his family from Texas, stories he's telling, to Wyoming. And yet, this man was successful and an amazing gentleman. But it was Uruguay, just for property tax, that called his attention. Property tax. Taxation in general. Let's look at snowfall. Who's hoping for a white Christmas? Yeah, the problem with snowfall is it requires that you feed hay. Grass grows everywhere here, and it does not snow. Hey, gone. We're setting this thing on the easy mode. Let me know when it starts to hit. So it's going to rain in the summer, rains year round. We get 4 seasons, so it'll get a little chilly and you got to wear a jacket. But you don't feed hay anymore in the wintertime. Have you ever wanted help on the ranch? Have you ever needed a hand? Labor costs will set you back 25% of what they do in the United States. Meth addiction is in no way similar. I don't know where you're from, but methamphetamine, part of life in rural America. Let's not get distracted. Let's not get sidetracked with how it should be and how it used to be. Let's accept where we are now, and that's reality. Against the backdrop of this, you're still going to sell into a global market. In fact, for those of you who buy all their meat at the store, you've likely already purchased meat from Uruguay, beef right there in your grocer's counter there locally, because labeling laws in the United States do not require that it demonstrate as such. And again, let's not get distracted with things that are outside our control. This is the reality. We're going to set this thing on easy mode, have a bright future, and still sell to the global market. On-ranch reality. Let's look at off-ranch. Let's get an idea of what life is like here. What do people think? What do they say? I love anecdotes, little snippets to give us some idea. You have this billboard on the highway with this Fabio-looking character. If demographics are a hang-up for you, go ahead and Google people of Uruguay and get a look. Uruguay is overwhelmingly populated by the descendants of the Spanish and the Italians. They're very proud of their Italian heritage, which is fantastic and beautiful. Anyway, Fabio here. Fabio's got this tray of meats with the line, "The pride unites us." The best meats in the world, paid for by Uruguay Meats. Interesting that they put it in English, but that's not the point. Well, at least the Uruguay Meats part, not the tagline. That's not the point. The point is, think about the culture that created the billboard, that a government office would pay for it, design it, shoot it, pay for it to be put up. What does that tell you about the way meat is viewed in this country? This is an ag nation. This has always been, since its inception, a cattle nation. Anyone experience any jitters leading up to the election? Because there was one here recently too, and it didn't feel like the nation was swinging in the balance. Calm, stable. The sort of place where you can look out on the future and have a reasonable expectation of how things are going to go, and they're going to look good. And lastly, and let me know what I've missed. I know I've missed a bunch, but I think the really hard to describe, but I'm going to try, feeling, the hang up, the thing that's keeping you, is the fact that your land is special. It's significant, and it matters. I'm not going to pretend that it doesn't. But I'd like you to think, I'm going to imagine the head of a household, and it was great-grandpa, your great-grandpa, that laid claim to that land when he came to the valley. I'm probably quoting or thinking of a TV show that was recently online. It's Kevin Costner. We watched it, yeah. You think about that. You know, that land is special to you, and I'm not saying it isn't. What I'm saying is that you're not originally from there. The area around you has changed. I hope for the better, but likely not. What great-grandpa did was not just lay claim to that land and start your family's ranch. What he did was take action to provide for a life and lifestyle that you have enjoyed. Unfortunately, fate places on your shoulders the challenge now again to lead your family to the valley. I know the land is special, I understand, but you weren't always there. You came there and life was great. It's time now to come to the valley. Here in Uruguay, it's Christmas time after all. Wouldn't matter anyway, because in July and August it still doesn't snow. Let me know how I did and what I got wrong. I hope this message, and it is in absolute seriousness, because it is a bright and positive one in the time of year when we all should feel a little smile, a little charm, and look out into the future with optimism. But let's not forget our charge as adults, stewards, head of household, to be reasonable, realistic, and operate with things that are outside our control. We have to navigate them. Set it on easy mode. Come home to the valley here in Uruguay. Hope you're well.